Following extensive community and stakeholder consultation, Gunbalanya School will be the first government school in the Northern Territory to trial a flexible school calendar as part of a wider strategy to improve school student enrolment and attendance.
At the beginning of this year, Esther and I sat down and looked at the school attendance and the data that over the last 3 years was presenting. And we thoroughly examined it, and we could see that in the early part of the year, most kids were at school, and at around August or the second half of the year, most school kids were out of community. So we took this data to school council, and we sort of presented a story about when were kids in community and why weren't they coming to school, etc. So from that we started to say, well, we should have school operating when most children are in school, which is in the first part of the year. So we took the Indigenous calendar and we broke it up into segments, and we asked the school council to map underneath the parts of the calendar what was happening at this time in their lives. So where were they? Were they out hunting? What were the seasonal factors happening? And then underneath that we placed how many children were at school. So in the early part of the year, most children were at school, so we had good attendance, and so the picture was drawn that school should be open earlier in the year than later.
The reason for changing the calendar year, I guess that's what the community always, that's one of their wishes, to change to suit in their terms of, for example, going out hunting, doing ceremonies and stuff like that. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward, because I'm really interested. That's actually fits in nicely with our Aboriginal season.
The school calendar, I think we have to change the school calendar so it suits with the seasons and for the people, including the community, and it is good. The way that we do the school calendar, it suits the seasons that we go with, and it flows with the way that the school calendar was changed, and it's really good for people. So because in the wet season we get more people in the community than in the dry season. So with the calendar change in the dry season, people will feel free to have their time, and when they have their ceremonies and going out with camping with outstations or visiting families in far other communities. And school, I think the change of the school calendar is really good.